Language. It is the most principal means of communication known to humans. Whether it is spoken through words, signs, symbols, or gestures, we can portray our thoughts and emotions to one another. According to developmental psychology, children who aren't exposed to language, either sign or spoken, by the age of 7 may never master a language of any kind in their lives. So, exactly how many languages do you know? Most people identify either as a monolingual or a bilingual. If you know more at a rather fluent level, you can identify as a trilingual, multilingual, or even a polyglot, someone who speaks at least 5 languages proficiently. These people only take up 1% of the whole Earth's population.
Luis. Kuna Matata? Habarigani, yeah!
People start learning second languages for many different reasons, whether it is for school, immigrating to a new country, or just for fun.
In recent years, I've acquainted myself with learning a new language, and I applaud anyone who's had to learn a new language, even just to get by, because it truly is a difficult task. This is why I want to share my experience as an English speaker in America learning a foreign language.
So, the 2 languages that I've learned outside of school has been French and Portuguese. Technically, I did learn French in school, but after sophomore year, I took some time to do some self-studying. As for Portuguese, I knew that I had a lot of resources that I can use to help me in the beginning, one of them being one of my close friends, Brenda, and others being online content creators or teachers.
After the check-in, right, you are going to the gate. What useful phrases you could use in this context?
A duo that I watch in specific is a channel called Damien and Joe. They mainly have videos in French, Portuguese, and Spanish, but they also have some videos in German and Italian.
Posso praticare il mio italiano.
They post vlogs and educational videos, but they also post other fun videos that you would see from any other content creator. I personally have never traveled outside of the country, but if I were to, I would learn a little bit about the culture or the language that is spoken there. Even though you literally are a stranger in their country, I feel like it would be a lot less isolating if you did take the initiative to learn a little bit about the culture or some basic phrases to help you get around a little bit. Some challenges that I faced included pronunciation. I feel like that was a big challenge of mine. Speaking English for most of my life, all of my life, it was hard to, especially in Portuguese, to grasp some of the different phonemes that are used in the so often in the language. Some words that were difficult to pronounce, like pão, or coração. That AO combination really got me when I first started learning. But I feel like that type of thought process really hindered me in the beginning because I was so focused on trying to get pronunciation of words right when I could have been using my time to learn more words. Another struggle I've realized I had was I'm a lot better at reading and writing in a language than speaking and listening. Because with reading and writing, you can go at your own speed. If you don't understand a singular word, then you could take the time to search it up. But as for listening, I feel like it would only be very easy to understand if words are spoken or heard slowly. I feel like a lot of people can relate with that. Some advice I would give to someone who wants to learn a new language, I would say to surround yourself with the language as much as you can. I do that by watching movies or TV shows in that language and turning on English subtitles, or vice versa, just to get the language in your head and help with listening comprehension.
I'm Wanda. I'm Geraldine.
I also do a lot of writing repetition. In the beginning, I feel like it's important to really know and understand the basic grammar rules of that language, very fundamental things that would be used every day. I also listen to music. I have a Portuguese playlist as well as a French playlist that I listen to. Make sure there's songs that you actually enjoy so it doesn't feel like you are actively learning whenever you listen to them. The point is to surround yourself with the language so that you learn things unconsciously instead of through sitting down and writing and reading. I've learned a lot of words from the songs that are related to love or to family or happiness, those different themes that I maybe would have taken longer to encounter had I been studying from a book or from the internet. Once I get a little bit more comfortable with Portuguese, I feel like I definitely will learn a new language. As for what language I would learn, I feel like that would be, I don't know. There's literally a whole world of languages to learn, and I don't know if I would do a whole different language or another Romance language. What Romance languages are is they are languages that are derived from Latin that was spoken in the Western Roman Empire back in the 3rd to 4th centuries. Yeah. So those languages include Spanish, it includes Italian, French, Croatian, Romanian, and Portuguese. There are a lot of many other dialects and languages that come from Romance languages, like Creole, which is similar to French. I would definitely recommend for people to learn another language or to at least learn about someone else's culture. There's a quote that says, to have a second language or to have another language is to have a second soul. And there's also another one that relates that says, the limits of my language are the limits of the world. I think that's enough motivation for me to want to learn another language. Because language is literally the glue that connects people together, whether they like each other or not. Communication is a very necessary tool for everyday life. And to be able to connect with anyone in the world through language is just so almost inspiring. So yes, I would recommend for people to learn a new language, even if it is just a few phrases, or even if it is just a little bit of research into another culture, just to see the world from a different light, to see the world from someone else's eyes. I feel like that is very important as a person, to be able to understand each other, not just in our own country or within our own language or culture, but within other cultures too.
There's a vast world out there full of almost 8 billion people and over 7,000 languages. Though it's not necessary, a little digging into other means of communication can reveal huge discoveries that the world has to offer.